Let me show you something that might hit a little too close to home. There's a couple. They did everything right. Good degrees, stable careers, smart decisions. She makes $62,000. He makes $71,000. That's $133,000 a year, top 25%. On paper, they've already won. But in real life, they feel broke. Not actually broke, but one bad month away from it. Their car breaks down, credit card, unexpected bill stress, savings, maybe a couple months. They're working full time, sometimes overtime. They're tired, disconnected, running on autopilot, and every month ends the same way. Where did all the money go? Here's the part that messes with your head. They didn't fail. They followed the plan perfectly. And still, it's not enough. So what's going on? We've been told a simple rule. 2 incomes equals more money equals better life. Sounds logical. But in reality, 2 incomes didn't make life easier. It made it more fragile. This is called the 2-income trap. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's rewind. There was a time when 1 income could support a family. Not luxury, but stability. A home, food, health care, some savings. But more importantly, there was a safety net. If things went wrong, the second person could step in and earn. That second income wasn't required. It was protection. Now, that protection is gone because both people are already working. The backup plan is already being used. And here's where it gets dangerous. As 2 incomes became normal, prices adjusted, homes got more expensive, childcare became necessary, healthcare skyrocketed. So instead of getting ahead, families just kept up. Now let's break the illusion. Let's say one partner earns $50,000. Sounds meaningful, right? But watch this. Taxes take a chunk. Childcare eats another. Commuting costs more. Convenience spending kicks in. And suddenly, that $50,000 shrinks to almost nothing. Now think about that. Someone is working 40+ hours a week, and the household barely moves forward. But here's the real trap. You don't feel poor, because your total income looks big. So you make big decisions. Bigger house, bigger loans, bigger lifestyle, all based on 2 incomes, which means you need both incomes, all the time. No breaks, no fallback, no margin for error. Lose 1 income, everything starts collapsing. Not slowly, fast. That's why so many dual-income families feel stuck. Not because they earn too little, but because they built a life that requires everything to go perfectly. Now here's the shift that changes everything. What if 1 income handled survival and the second built freedom? That's the game. Instead of upgrading your life, you stabilize it. You lower fixed costs. You stop stretching for what you can afford and focus on what you can sustain. Now the second income becomes powerful, not because you need it, but because you don't. It goes into savings, investments, future options, and over time, that money starts working for you. And one day, you realize something changed. You're not stressed anymore. You're not trapped. You're not dependent. Because now, you have options. That's the difference. Not income, not lifestyle, not appearances, flexibility. Most people chase more money. Smart people build more control. And control is what actually makes you rich. Now you see the trap. The question is, are you still going to walk into it? So if the 2-income trap is real, why do most people stay stuck in it? Because the trap doesn't feel like a trap at first. It feels like progress. First job, first raise, dual income, more money coming in. Life is improving, right? That's what it looks like. But behind the scenes, something else is happening. Every time income goes up, expenses quietly follow. You move to a better apartment, then a bigger house. You upgrade your car, start eating out more, buy convenience, buy time, buy comfort. And none of these decisions feel wrong. In fact, they feel deserved. You worked for it. You earned it. This is where the trap tightens. Because these upgrades don't stay optional, they become fixed. Your lifestyle resets, your new normal gets more expensive. And now, you can't go back. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's the silent killer of financial freedom. Not because you're wasting money, but because you're locking yourself into higher commitments, month after month, year after year. And here's the dangerous part: your income is flexible. It can go up, it can go down, it can disappear, but your expenses? They don't care. They show up every month, on time, no matter what. That's why people making $50,000 feel broke, and people making $150,000 also feel broke. Because it's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you've committed. Now let me show you the real escape plan, not some extreme budgeting, not cutting out coffee. Something way more powerful. You need to create margin. Margin is the gap between what you earn and what you need to survive. And right now, most people have zero margin. Every dollar is already assigned, already spent, already needed. Which means one small disruption becomes a crisis. So step 1, reduce fixed costs. Not everything, just the big ones. Housing, cars, debt. These are the anchors. These are the things that keep you stuck. You don't need to downgrade your entire life. You just need to stop upgrading it blindly. Step 2, capture the second income. Not all of it, but a meaningful portion. Before it disappears into lifestyle, before it gets normalized, before it becomes necessary. Treat it like it doesn't exist. Automate it. Invest it. Build with it. Because this is where the real shift happens. When your savings start growing faster than your expenses. When your investments start generating income. When you realize you don't need to rely on every paycheck anymore. That's when stress starts fading. Not instantly, but gradually. Quietly. And this is what nobody tells you. Financial freedom isn't about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about removing pressure today. It's about knowing, if something goes wrong, you'll be okay. That's real security. Not a big salary, not a fancy house, not appearances, options. And once you have options, everything changes. You think differently. You spend differently. You live differently. Because now you're not reacting. You're choosing. And that's the moment you step out of the trap. Not when you earn more, but when you need less. So the next time your income increases, don't ask, what can I upgrade? Ask, what can I protect? Because the goal isn't to look rich, it's to stay free.